Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest pawn shop of them all?
Pawn Stars.
What? This is Big Chicken Pawn. And here is our story.
In Atlanta, Georgia, there are two main landmarks, Peachtree Street and the Big Chicken. People call this the Big Chicken, but we are the Big Chicken. Welcome to Big Chicken Pawn. I am Mike Danneman, and I'm introducing the other Mike, but here at the pawn shop, he is just Joe.
I am Joe, owner of Big Chicken Pawn. I am the Big Chicken.
Anyway, I'd also like to introduce our assistant manager, who happens to have a very serious anger management problem, Darius.
I don't feel like I have an anger management problem.
Darius, you say you don't have an anger problem, but what happened to the day when I heard you jumped across the counter just about to strangle our manager Cliff? Could you tell me about that?
Well, first of all, I mean, am I ever going to be able to live this down? I mean, every single day it's, what about the day I jumped over the counter with Cliff? That was like a million years ago, first of all. And secondly, he had it coming to him, okay? Just because he's my manager doesn't mean that he can, you know, I don't know, tell me what to do. Alright? So, I mean, deal with it for a change, okay?
How we doing it? Everybody warmed up, like you gotta warm up.
Yeah! Alright! I don't think you to mess with an angry man. I ain't messing with you anymore.
Come on.
You know, I can't mess with an angry man. Don't try to tell me what to do. You know, I ain't gonna take. You know what? From now
Just 'cause you're boss
from now
doesn't
on,
mean you're my boss.
from now on, you tell me what to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Because you're the angry man.
Now,
He has a manager over here too.
Next is our salesman extraordinaire, William.
How you doing? William Bailey. You know, I work at Big Chicken Pawn. I've been here for about 7 years. It's been a delightful time working with all my co-workers and my boss, also known as Just Joe. You know, and my friend Darius McVeigh. That was the guy you just saw, the angry guy. You know, he brings it out of us at work. You know, we have a great time with him. But about a year ago, around this time, we had a shooting at our store when a couple of guys came in, and they came in with 2 guns and they tried to rob me and my co-worker named Skip. And unfortunately, me and Skip, we made it through that day, and we lived to see another day, and that's a blessing to be here, you know. This is what we call the Black Hawk around here, you know. This is the gun that was used in the robbery that helped save my life, you know. Boom! Boom! Boom!
Next, we have who we call the Big Dog, and that is Skip Thomas.
I joined this band of brothers here at the Big Chicken Pawn about 6 years ago. We have customers of all walks of life and coming to the pawn shop, and we have expertise on both sides of the counter. We have the professional pawners that come in here and try to entice us to give them more than what their property is actually worth. Of course, on this side of the table, we have to have our own defense and knowing what that property is worth. And I was also the other shooting victim. I was tasered. And of course now I've got something here that will hopefully prevent a taser in the future.
And here I'd like to introduce Joel, my son. One day, this could all be his.
Hello, I'm Joel. I can't do funny cameras.
Our final employee is Dante.
My name is Dante, aka Ice-T, of course. I love to be working here every day. Even if I do get sick, I love to be here every day. And my expertise are that I love to work on speakers, and plus my other expertise is to actually clean up too.
My brother-in-law approached me to be partners with him in this pawn shop. I have no experience in the pawn business when we started this, but he has 30-something years worth of experience. But I will say that I have proven my value. When we bought the store, there was literally a pimp ring, the most hideous pimp ring you've ever seen in the showcase. I pulled it out one day. It was beat up, chips out of the gold. It looked horrible. We had it priced $800. I looked, I said, is this a real diamond? I went to the diamond tester to test it. It was a real diamond. Not only was it a real diamond, it was a nice diamond. It just happened to be in this men's pimp ring. We had $200 in the whole ring with the diamond. I sold just the diamond for $3,000. Now, I did prove some worth here at the store.
Well, you must think you're the big chicken.
I am the big chicken.
I'm the big chicken. I'm here every day in the trenches, working it out with these guys. I'm the big chicken.
It was my money. I'm the big chicken. Okay, another thing
That's
is...
good.
Another thing is, I am very, very type A. As Joe is wont to say, I am wound so tight, I'm about to pop. But there are certain good aspects of being type A. One, you have to pay your employees on time. Has anyone ever not got their pay on time?
Always on time.
You have to pay the feds on time. You have to pay the sales tax on time. A bill came to the pawn shop, instead of coming to my house, it sat here for 2 months. I go, Joe, they're calling me about some bill. I don't know anything about this. Oh, I've had that. Here it is. It's been here for 2 months. So I am type A.
Sometimes you have to let it go.
See, he just wants to let it go.
Sometimes you have to let it go.
I can't let it go. I cannot let it go.
One of the most interesting things that's ever been attempted to pawn here was oceanfront property in the Bahamas. 2 acres of oceanfront property. Unfortunately, due to technical circumstances, we were unable to take that.
One of the things that Joe has taught me is that there are certain universal pawn shop laws. For example, people call us all the time and say, will you take such and such a type of DVD player? And we'll say, sure, but we have to see it. Well, how much will you give me? We have to see it. But how much will you give me? So finally Joe says, why don't you just hold it up to the phone? And they say, what? I said, hold it up to the phone. Put it really close to the holes and let me see what it looks like, and then I'll tell you how much we'll give you for it.
If you don't know, it ain't. In other words, people come to us every day and ask us if something is real. And we tell them the pawn shop law is, if you don't know, it ain't. If somebody brings their diamond ring in and they go, is this real? And we tell them, if you don't know, it ain't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Another pawn shop law is, if we ask them how old it is, and they start hesitating or they don't know, it's too old. If you don't know how old it is, it's too old. These may look like panels to you, but they're actually stereo audio speakers from the 80s. They don't have speakers in them. They work from wires and a membrane.
No, not at
You
all.
can't handle Tarzan?
No.
Come on, Joe.
Look, Tarzan is a loving individual.
And he's safe.
And he's safe. This is what you call safe. This is what we call safe sex at Big Chicken Pawn.
Here we have porcelain doll made by Simon and Halbig of Germany. This is number 17 of this particular model. It's called Melanie. And you can't find too many of these around. They're pretty rare. The life-size version is actually constructed to be anatomically correct for a 2-year-old child.
Wait a minute. I need y'all to talk. Anybody? Anything y'all want me to do? For real.
What other kind of in the store bantering could we do just to think of it?
You want to do that or you
I don't know. I think we're covered. I was going to get...
Tuesday and Friday, pawnbroker. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, anesthetist. Saturday, Sunday, in the evenings, rabbi.
Last of all, I'd like to thank Left Field Pictures for giving us this opportunity to work with them. We are Pawn Stars too.